I'm back. I'm back from Texas. I will just wait. It's always a little bit of a delay. Oh, there you are. Hello. Hi, friends. How are you? Yes, congratulations, Debbie, on the new addition to your family. Adorable. Congrats. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday night. I'm back from Texas. Very excited to be here. Had to run like a crazy woman in typical Vicki Boutin style because I didn't have my charger here. I had packed it to take it to Texas, and I'm like, oh no, we can't have that. We can't have batteries running out while I'm in the middle of the live. So I had to run up multiple stairs to get here. So I'm here now, very excited. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. It was good. I flew home, got home late Wednesday night, and then went out for lunch with my mama and Devin and her boyfriend, and that was very nice. And then we went to see the Bare Naked Ladies last night, so it was very exciting. Very exciting. So we had a really nice time, and I see my friend Simon's here because as a last minute decision, I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna use tonight some neon lunar paste. So we're gonna do some fun mixed media backgrounds with stencils, some distress ink, and some lunar paste. And if you don't have any of those things, anything that you have at home that you can use with stencils. So that will be a lot of fun. There's a sweater on my chair here, thrown it with the rest of the mess on my floor. Anybody join me where their creative space looks like a bomb went off in it? Yes, that's what happens when you travel, come home, travel, come home. So come home to very exciting things. Lots of fun things happen here in the world of Vicki Boutin, but it means that it's craziness. Craziness is all over. So very excited that I shared a little sneak peek of my newest collection that I'm going to, I believe my box is arriving on Monday. So I don't know if everything's in there. So I have to see, because we might, right now I'm tentatively think next Friday we're going to do the walkthrough of my new collection. So it's out there. So I just, fine if you want to go take a look. I just ask that you don't share the first photos of the royal baby. Let the family share it first. So definitely go do all the things, take a look. But I ask that just don't post it on things where I see it, because I'd really like to be able to share it. It's all good that it's out there. I'm happy. I know you guys are already placing pre-orders, doing all the things, but I just ask for you to let me to do the walkthrough, because I always find that super exciting when we do the little walkthrough of the whole collection. So very excited. It's beautiful. It's been a long time coming. Very happy to get to share that with you next week. What else? I love that, right? Go do the things, but I like that waiting for me, right? Who just said that? I saw you're going to wait for me. I like that. Just a second, because I don't have, the chat is moved. Every time I open, does anybody feel like that? Every time I open YouTube, they move things on me. So I don't know where anything is. But Julie said it. She's going to wait for me. That's exciting, right? Wait for me to present it. And then, right, you can go take a peek. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Lots of new collections. Paige has a new one. Chamel has a new one. Maggie Holmes, Beavallant. Who else? I think that's all. Oh, Jen Hadfield. So lots of fun things that are going to be coming. I don't like this space seems smaller to read the chat. Yes, they put some kind of ad thing. I'm sure there's a way to close it. I haven't looked until right now. I went to look at the comments and it moved. But thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Had a great time in Texas at the Creative Beach Bash. So much fun teaching alongside my friend Paige Evans. Met a lot of you. And here's the sad thing is, met a lot of you that I didn't even realize that I met until when you're posting and then I see names with faces, because I didn't read everybody's name tag, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness, you were there. And now I'll never be able to put names to faces, right? I have a hard time. So like I said, It's like that 51st dates. So every time we meet, it's the first time until you remind me, because I love all you guys, and I wish I could to strengthen the memory muscle so I could remember those things. Hi, Connie. I remember meeting you. We had lots of hugs and a few tears. Love that you're here. Love that you're here. So it was very exciting. We had a wonderful time. I love Texas. Hi, Brenda. Got to meet Brenda. It wasn't enough time. That's what I felt like. Knowing me, I filled every last minute with stuff in my classes. Did more projects and bigger things than really you could ever finish in a 3-hour time period. But it's what I do. If you have me there and I fill these kits with tons of product, I want to make sure that you have lots of things you can do with it. So if you didn't see, I am going to go live. I'm hoping this Thursday to show you the album again and go through the gluing of the interactive bits. So if you have any questions, you'll get a bonus class with me on Thursday. I'll post that in the group as soon as I'm working on my schedule for all the things I want to get done next week. And then the next thing is Cedar House. I'm working on the projects this weekend, and in coinciding with kitting kits for Greece. So if you are on either one of those cruises, that's getting done. I'll get the girls set up and then come back and work on Cedar House. I plan on having all of the 10 plus layouts done, and I will put access only and the link to all of the visuals and the cutting diagram will be posted, and I'll send information out about that by at the latest Thursday. So see, I think I covered all the things. Who's here? Irene? Happy birthday, Irene. Did I see it? I missed it. Happy birthday, Irene. Oh my goodness. Let me delete that. I don't know where these weirdos come from, but rude. So let me just get on here. Hide him and report him. Sorry, friends. We got a weirdo on here. So let me just do that. And report. Done, right? I don't know if you guys caught that, but I took care of it. Is Irene on here? Is it our Irene? There. Okay, I caught it. I think I saw something not very nice on there. I'm like, ooh, what is that? That's not what we do here, sir. So go find somebody else to bother. But yeah, well, that person is not anybody I know, right? Yeah, I did. He was bothering me too. So yeah, I took care of. He is not a relative of this Vicki. I don't know where he came from, but yeah, that wasn't nice. So he's gone. See you later. Anyway, see, that totally made me lose my train of thought. So lots of things going on. Are there any questions? Anything that you have question about before we flip around and start doing the things tonight? So let me talk about what I'm planning on doing tonight. I have some foundations paper. I have some distress ink colors, and I have my friend Simon Hurley's neon lunar paste. So I am going to, I'm going to answer your question in a second, Jill. I am going to use navies and purples with the neon, and I think it's going to be really fun. And then I'm going to dig into stuff I have left over from Discover and Create to put together a fun layout. I have to find a second sheet when I flip the camera. Foundations paper so we can do some bonus little extra bits. It's all going to be about layering stencils. So we're going to layer stencils with distress ink, and you could leave it there. If you don't want to go to the next level, the texture level, you don't have to, but I am going to, because I have them here and we've been talking about using them, and Simon was very gracious with Ranger and sent me the whole set, and I love myself some Simon Hurley and Ranger, so I thought, perfect. It will be a Tim and Ranger background. Do you use cut files with your background? Sometimes, but Tatiana, I think that's how I pronounce your name, I try to make this super all-inclusive, and not everybody has die cutting machines. So I don't tend to focus a lot on cut files because I want it really is, I want it to be all inclusive art. So I figure you can make stencils with punches and hand cut them, but I don't do a ton with backgrounds because, or with cut files, because a lot of people get upset because they don't have the die cutting machines. So it doesn't mean I won't. There are tons of free cut files on vickiboutin.com that you can just totally download for free. But yes, not tonight anyway, but you definitely are welcome to do that. Hi, Vicki. I'm a friend of Riley's. Hello. How are you? Let's see. You had a lot of questions in here, so let me just figure out what's going on. I saw lots. So I'm going to flip the camera, and then I will answer the questions. But is Irene here? Is it our Irene whose birthday it is? Happy birthday, Irene. I'm just happy that thank you, that you're here tonight, because we've missed you, friend. You need to do art. It's good for your soul. So we're very excited that you're here. Going to flip the camera around, and we're going to get some stuff started. So I'm going to answer some of your questions, because I saw one from Jill and somebody else. So I'm going to do that, and I'll make sure we post something to celebrate Irene's birthday. So let's flip the camera around. I haven't seen her yet, so I hope she's out there lurking, and it's okay, friend, if that's just where you want to be. But if not, go on to Facebook and make sure that you say hello to Irene and wish her a happy birthday. So let me just flip this. There we go. And let's take a look at what we're doing tonight. Here we go. Yes. Oh, so much stuff is going on for International Scrapbook Day, Sarah. I'm going to be posting it tomorrow. It will be on vickiboutin.com on the blog, and it will be posted in our group. So definitely, how do I get rid of this? This new ad center. I say no, thank you. A sec. There we go. There will be a ton of challenges from the design team, and then I'm going to go on 3 times live on Saturday, but I can't go into the evening because I will be teaching all day on Sunday for the Cedar House class. So yes, there will be, but it'll be throughout the day. Okay, so I have some plans. I'll talk about that. I don't know. It doesn't feel like my chat is working, so just let me refresh, see what's happening. Let me refresh. Yes, it's on May 4th. There's going to be an absolute ton of stuff going on. So much stuff going on. So I have planned, let me see what's going on here. What was the other question? I have to find, Jill's question. Jill, question. What about the mixed media you said we would be doing in May? Ordered tons of product from you, have not received anything yet. Because guess what, Jill? I don't have it yet. They haven't shipped it to me because everything is not in. So I reached out to them today. So I'm not holding it hostage. I don't even have it for me yet. So I know it's out there and people are getting their orders, but it is what it is. When it comes to some of these things, some of the bigger places get it first, but they were trying to do me a favor and hold it until all of the items were in, but I asked them if they could get it in, start to process it. So it probably won't be here for 2 weeks. So maybe I don't know, what do you want me to do? Do the, still do the month of May or wait? But I'm gone for 3 weeks in the month of June. So I feel like the content will be there. And as you start to get all of that product, you could have stuff to do while I'm away, right? So we'll have to talk about that. But I reached out to American Crafts today and asked my salesperson if it had shipped. And she said that she was waiting because not everything is in the warehouse yet. But I said, just go ahead and release it. And then, but there again, I can't ship it till everything's complete anyway. So it's one of those things. I'm sure if you did it as a pre-order anyway, anywhere, it won't ship until all of the stuff is coming. Are you doing SBC Fest again? Maybe, Barbara. Can't really share any of that, but I might be talking. I might have got an email, but we haven't done any of that stuff. So not 100% sure. Are you coming to visit me in Texas for my birthday in June? I am not going anywhere near Texas in June, Keisha, just so you know. So I don't know, like, right? I think some of the what you're seeing for the mixed media, people have went and they've bought it at Joann's store because it's starting to stock in the Joann stores. But I don't think a lot of pre-orders have gone out unless all of the items people ordered were the ones that were in stock. Do you know what I'm saying? Like gel plate for sure is not in stock yet, but it's all coming. Yeah, so I found some lovely product at Joann. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff is going to be showing up. The new collections are going to be there. There is a ton of stuff coming, right? It's almost like not only for you guys, but it's so much for me too, right? Just a ton. So there's a lot of things I have to talk about, but I also want to make the art. So let me I'm going to walk away for a second because I grabbed this foundations paper, but look at how exciting. There's only one sheet in it. So I just want to get another one so we can do 2 backgrounds. And then you can see right now the stuff I'm thinking about. I'm not using Mermaid Lagoon. For sure, prize ribbon. I thought shaded lilac might be fun too, but don't know. I know for sure, ink-wise, I'm going to be using prize ribbon and possibly some fossilized amber because I have to decide which one of these lunar pastes I want to use to go with my project tonight. I think the neon voltage will be fun, that yellow. Like these are the colors. I always love the pinks, but there's some purple. 2 different shades of yellow. So this one is Yellow Jacket, but I love this true neon voltage. So take a peek at those. And like I said, you might not have them yet, right? So use whatever you have. You might have a set of the Vicki Boutin ones. Use whatever you have, right? Michael's Canada is at not this point is not carrying what everybody's posting from the Michaels. There's only 50 stores. It's a soft launch, what they call. So 50 stores across the US. I just got a list of the stores that it's in are testing out a paper crafting aisle. So they have a bunch of my older collections, which is super exciting. They have Discover and Create. And this is what I have to say to you, friends. If you see it and there's stuff that you want on there, like there are other collections like Cedar House, I saw someone post was on there. You definitely want to pick up a few things if you want Michaels to start carrying paper crafting again, over and above Recollection brands, because this is what they do, right? It's a big business. So they want to put the stuff in there, see and gauge what the interest is before it starts filtering into other stores. So Michaels Canada is kind of its own entity with the American side. So it would take a little bit before it would ever hit the Michaels Canada store, but it is not in every single Michaels store, just 50 stores across the US. So if you ask, when you go in, just make sure and ask the store manager, say, what are your plans? Do you have this set up? Because I'd have to think, even the Joann stores that you haven't seen the mixed media and other things in yet, they might not have it set up yet. A lot of those, they're called programs, roll into the stores and they just have to get it on their schedule to empty the spot that it's going to go up in whichever aisle. Because I thought it was going to be an end cap and it's a whole like 6-foot unit. So super exciting, right? Super exciting. What was the other question? Could you please give your advice again for taking care of the mixed media paintbrush that you have on your table? This one? I will. We'll talk about it because I'm going to show you firsthand, because I like to use this because the bristles are nice and coarse with heavier texture paste. So I'm going to be using that tonight. I grabbed both sets of stencils from Discover and Create. We're going to layer with these. And then, like I said, I just grabbed some of my Discover and Create stuff that I have left so that we can make a layout from our funky background. Or we might just use the mixed media with some cardstock. Let's see how tonight goes, because you know, it's just I grab my stuff and we just see where the adventure takes us, right? Joanne's only has your Where to Next collection. It's going to switch out to Bold and Bright in the next month. It's going to show up in May. All of the designer destinations, that's what that section is called, are going to switch out. They will be switching that out and it'll be there for a year. Are Michael's and Joanne's carrying the same VBoo product? No. Totally different things, right? Hi, Vicki and all. I have storms in the area, so can't stay. Just wanted to leave a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Kelly Creative Dreams. It's very much appreciated. Any interaction that you guys give to these videos just helps other people find us. So definitely thumbs up, leave a comment when the live is done. It's all very much appreciated. I'm trying to get better with all of this stuff. Simon's even helping me. Simon's helping me be better with the social media. I don't see how you survive traveling all the time. I'm still recovering from last weekend. I just kind of roll with it. It's just a crazy girl over here. So let me look. So what do you need? This, some ink blending tool stuff. I have my stencil brush. I have baby wipes and my handy dandy art rag, right? Yeah, Simon is young and smart, man. He is a force to be reckoned with. It's quite impressive what he's accomplished in the world of social media. And it's also quite impressive what an awesome human being he is. So I will take any help Simon offers any day of the week. Foundations paper, where are you? Oh my goodness. See, I just found more work. Did you guys finish up your albums that we did? Like, this is what we did. If you didn't see this before I went away, we finished this, all made from cards, from the ready-made card sets and stamps. I love it. I want to add photos to that. Maybe from Texas. I'm going to fill Texas with that. And then I still have, for my friends in Spokane, extra of the clusters that we have to finish. I'm glad I looked so I can find more work I need to do. So I'm using this as my second sheet because I'm a crazy. Question: how do you clean the paintbrush, please? It's been asked twice, and I'm going to show you tonight when we use it, because I think that it's easiest to show you when I'm actually using it. So stay tuned. As soon as I use the paste, I'll show you how to clean it. Very important tips with that, because we were talking about this in Texas, that it's made out of natural fiber and it can smell, get ready for it, like a dead horse fart if you leave it wet and in plastic or anything. So I'm going to give you some tips for cleaning it, okay? Because nobody wants their brush to smell like a dead horse fart. Okay, let's do the things. Simon is here. Simon Hurley's here. He's an awesome human. And he probably saw, because I actually posted before I came on, that I was going to be using his stuff tonight. So being Simon Hurley, and he likes to be super supportive, Simon showed up to see what we were up to. And you got to love that, right? Okay, I grabbed some paper towels. Dead horse fart. Seriously. It's stinky, right? They're stinky because it's like a natural fiber. But why I love this as opposed to using these blending brushes is these blending brushes are very fine. So when you use a heavy weight paste, it can really gum up your brush. So, and I find that the coarser blending brushes just work a little bit better with these mediums. My personal preference, maybe not everyone agrees with that, but I find that has helped me be more successful. So for tonight, we're going to use these stencils. We're going to create a background using foundations paper. If you are new here, this foundations paper may have this acetate cover, or it could just be a cardstock cover now. What makes this special is the weight. It will hold wet mediums, heavier body mediums, and it's 12 by 12. So it's great for paper crafters who do traditional scrapbooking with a mixed media flair. The other thing that's awesome about it is it has a vellum finish. So it's almost, but not, like it has gesso on it. But it's not gesso in the sense that it's not going to affect how your mediums interact with the paper. But what it does is it prevents the medium from soaking into the paper right away. So you have a little bit longer open time, but it is still paper. So when we go on and use a stencil brush and you're rubbing the stencil brush, it's still paper. That is still friction, and it will still pill. You'll still get the little balls on it if you overwork the paper too much. So like everything, you need to know when to stop. And I would say that's one of the biggest golden nuggets with mixed media is you don't have to do all the things on one page. You have so many new opportunities every time you break a new background. So let's do the things. Any questions before we get started? Like I said, so excited. There's so much coming down the pipeline. I am excitedly overwhelmed. So spending these Fridays with you guys, oh my goodness, you are good for my mental health and you keep me on track. So there's so much, right? That we're going to be talking about and doing in the coming weeks. I'm probably going to have to go live twice a week because there's no way I'm going to get all the content out there that I need to. Or maybe I'll even start filming short videos as highlights of what we're doing on these long Friday night lives. So anything that you'd like to see, put it out there. And if I can make it come true for you guys, you know I am 100% on board. When we go to use the texture paste, if you had, like, this is a giant craft mat, but I want to put these on as a delivery spot or a palette, I'm going to use this cover from the foundations paper, but you could use a craft mat as well, okay? So let's do, I'm going to see if I have tags. I had some tags laying around here. Because I want to, the first thing I want to do before we get started is swatch these out a little bit. They're all brand spanking new because they arrived and I left. So I haven't had a chance, and I know there's an easy way to open these. I just don't know if I'm smart enough tonight. So we went to see Bare Naked Ladies last night. It was awesome. And then we saw the opening act. His name is Scott Hellman. And you will know some of the songs, I think. Again, 2 Canadian acts, right? Bare Naked Ladies is like a Canadian national treasure. But you need to check out Scott Hellman. If you get a chance, go and look him up on wherever you stream your music, because he was exceptional. A lot of voice in a little package. I bet you that guy is like 5'3" would be my guess. Yeah, really awesome. What happened with Poppy? The baby came, right? I've started but stopped because my grandson decided to come 4.5 weeks early. Congratulations. That's 2 babies in our VBoo crew, right? 2 grandmas. Right? I love it. I absolutely love it. Congratulations, friends. Very exciting. Did I miss any questions? And Karen, thank you very much. Your card arrived today. Thank you for the gift card for Starbucks. I will enjoy it this weekend and think of you. Cheers, you, my friend. I'm very excited to receive those cards that you always send me in the mail. It's beautiful, and the gesture is very much appreciated. Thank you, friend. Hi, Heidi. How you feeling? So what else is going on out there? Any other birthdays? I know my friend Heidi is recovering from some surgery, so sending her lots of love. I'm glad that you're here and hope you're feeling better. It's super important that you guys take care of yourselves. I have started a new health journey, and I am committed to taking care of myself because I put everybody else first, and I have definitely not been doing what I need to be doing, so I'm around here for a long time. So, hi Rose, how are you? Yeah, I need to take care of myself. Oh, did that one. Just sorry, friends. You're like, why didn't she do this before she started the video? Yeah, that would have made sense, right? Go and get yourself a tea or something while I do this. Your birthday is Wednesday. Happy birthday early. It's always nice, right, to have your special day. I hope you get lots of birthday fun on your day. My family was very good to me. My mama bought me this new ring. I love it. She's like, I liked it on the picture. I wasn't sure if I liked it when I opened the box, but then I like it on your finger. Jill Bushart, please give us names again of the Lunar paste you're opening. It's all of them, but as I use it and demo it, Jill, I'll tell you the color because that's probably even better, right? So I will do a full Lunar paste walkthrough with black foundations paper and white, but tonight is going to be more of a, we're just going to use it, okay? Because like I said, I just rolled in on Thursday or Wednesday night and then wasn't here at all yesterday. So for me, it's more, I'm glad I'm here to do a Friday night live, but I'm not super organized. You know what I mean? Question on Joann's, they have VBoo 12 plus 10 mixed media gel plate. They're not here yet. It's new, but they're not here yet. We're still trying to work on a few things with that. So it is not here yet. So I would not pre-order it yet. Wait, because they're telling me it's not going to be here till the summer. So if you notice, I did not list it on VickiBoutin.com because I don't want to take your money if you have to wait forever before it ships. So it is coming, but it is not here yet. Okay, just 1 second. I'm grabbing some tags. Grabbing some tags. And that was easy because I have a bunch of them ready. Any other questions? I love answering your questions. So my friend Jill, let's demo these quick so you can see what's happening. So I'm going to use this stencil just for the time being, my friend Tim Holtz. And let's look at this one first. It is called Yellow Jacket. So they are nice and thick, have a very heavy body consistency. So I'm going to show you a quick way to use texture paste if you do not have the patience or time to let it dry, or you're nervous about using it with a stencil. So I like to take it, put it on my background. The other thing to have handy, hopefully it has some water in it. There's one. And then I'll load up my stencil brush. So in a tapping or circular motion, just get the product. You really only want it to be sitting on top of your brush. And then you can go through and stencil it. And it is a much easy way to have control. And the other thing that's really nice about this is it dries almost instantly because you're using it more like an ink. So look at that. That is using Yellow Jacket with a stencil brush. Look how pretty that is. I hope the color is showing up. It's hard with the lighter ones, but this would work beautifully on black. That's not what we're about today. I'm just trying to do this quickly so that you can see what the colors look like that we can choose from tonight. Okay, so I'm loading the brush up again. Another thing I like to do is maybe put my first layer down with the stencil brush. Because it's heavy body, it can dry a little quick. Just one blast of your water can reconstitute what's on the brush and make your product go a lot farther. Any heavy body stuff, I'll do this. So then I can put another layer on where only part of it can be textural. So some of it could be that light kind of inky vibe, and then some can be, ooh, look at that. Look at the difference in color as a texture paste as opposed to putting it through like a light body. Do you see that? Same product. Love it. So that gives you, look at, two ideas, right? But look at, I love that. Kind of looks like worn wallpaper, or it's a little distressed. So here, I want to change colors now. So that was Yellow Jacket, okay? That was Yellow Jacket. I will write, oops, and then I threw the card on top of it. Yes, I did. So let's let those dry. So how would I clean my stencil brush to go into my new color? I would take some water, and then I'm just going to go in a circular motion till the pigment is off of here. So I like to use these cloths just because then I'm not going through tons of paper towels. And then let's just test till there's no pigment on here, because it can get up in the middle of the brush. Like you can have pigment in the middle of the brush, but now it's nice and dry. The other thing we're going to do is quickly clean the stencil so we can go in with the next color and I don't have to switch between stencils, okay? Do. See you later, Rosemary. Question: what's the difference between Lunar paste and acrylic paint? Donna, you could have acrylic paint and it could come in 10 different thicknesses. It can have a different binding medium. It can smell different. It can react different with other mediums. It's like saying, what is the difference between, what could I say? What is the difference between Corn Pops and every other brand of cereal? Does that make sense? They're totally different mediums. There are tons of different neon fluorescent mediums on the market. All of them will be different. Do you remember when we talk about scribble sticks, Vicki's art crayons, Tim's art crayons, like all the different products out there? They're all different. So it's one of those things like, well, I have Vicki's neon paste. Do I need Simon's neon paste? And I would say 100%. They're different product. If we use these side by side, they're going to be doing totally different things because the binding medium, the medium that the pigments go in, will be totally different. Some will resist certain mediums, so you can use it for resist techniques. Some will have a higher viscosity, meaning they'll resist flow. They're thicker. Some will have matte finish. Some will have a glossier finish. So it's one of those things, like even with ink, just think about stamping ink. How many brands are out there? And a lot of times one doesn't do the trick, right? Like Tim's Distress inks for me are Technique. They are just a whole world of possibilities, but are they the best stamping ink? Not necessarily. I might want to roll into my archivals or into my Gina K's or into my Pink Fresh or whatever other inks that you have. None of them are created exactly the same. It's all different, right? Yes, all different cookies, all different ingredients. So I know, and that can be incredibly, you're like, oh my goodness, this is why I don't do mixed media. It's so overwhelming. But here's what I have to say. You don't have to buy all this cookies at once. Pick a flavor you want to try. Do everything you can with that one product before you decide what else you want to add to your creative toolbox. But the biggest takeaway I want you to have for tonight, wet mediums will not stay wet forever. They are in plastic containers. You can open these, and when you're in between, I always like to tap it into the jar so the stuff is all in a lump in the bottom, and you can put press and seal across it, and then you want to keep them as airtight as possible, and press and seal will help with that. Okay, did that help? Was that helpful, or does that just overwhelm you? I don't know, but it's hard. It's actual and factual. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, but all of them are different. Love this. So this gel is voltage. So even this one, just with this pigment, feels a little different to Yellow Jacket. And it's probably because what they bind it with, like, it doesn't feel exactly as opaque. I don't know, Simon, am I wrong? So again, it's just going to be a little bit of a different medium. So let's do it quick. We'll load it and go through your stencil just so I can show you how to use it when if you're nervous about texture or maybe don't want texture on the background. So there, it almost looks, when you're using it through, look at, it's got a little bit more. It's like, to me, this is true neon when I think of a neon yellow. So it does have a cooler, more green, and this one is a little bit warmer Yellow Jacket. So I'm going to load it again. We'll put some so it looks like, right? We put it through. A little blast makes your product go a long way. Don't even have to reload it. Don't make your brush too wet or it'll bleed underneath. And then let's put it on as a texture paste. And then we just have to let them dry. So some of you might be asking, what's the drying time? Totally dependent where you are, how hot it is, how damp it is. So there's not like a set. Everybody's drying time isn't going to be the same. Look at that. It's a favorite. This one will be a favorite of mine. I love it. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? So right now, look at doo-doo. Totally different. And I'm going to tell you, when we do this and we use the Vicki Boutin ones, you're going to see that I think, Simon, am I right? Do these dry with a little bit of a shine? A little bit of a shine? Is there a little bit? But look how fun. I love that. You don't have to do both. It could have been all by itself. Boop. Fast. If you want a little texture, or you could do it all as a texture. So I just have to set these aside to dry now. And then I was running around I couldn't find baby wipes. So I often just need help, right? Vicki just needs help. Vicki just always likes to refer to herself as third person. Did you say yes, Simon? They have a little bit of shine? Be interesting to see. Interesting to see. I love them already. Very easy to use. Now, and there's things, I won't get into it right now, but there's things I normally would never wipe the stencil off. I would do a technique with it. But we're going to focus on one thing tonight. So right now, I just want you to have a basic idea of what these look like right out of the jar. And I think I can do my swatching live with you, and then we're going to get into creating the background. But I'm trying to do this fast, just so we're not here for 85 hours like a typical Friday night with Vicki. And I just don't put any limitation on what my uses of any of this product is, because you know, when you hang out with me and we do mixed media stuff, I'm going to show you all of the things that I think it can do. So one of those things, if you're brand new and you aren't doing art for everyone yet, or you're nervous to try, hopefully one thing I talk about or do is like, ugh, I'm going to totally take the leap. That was exciting. I want to try that. They do glow. Neon, right? Will glow under the black light. So see, Simon, when we go roller skating together, we need to use our pace and decorate our clothes and our shoes. So when we're walking into the roller alley, we're two cool dudes, right? I love it. So cleaning up my stencil brush, that's pretty much what I do. I just squirt the water on it and then put it on a paper towel or a rag, and then it's good to go. And then when I'm done using it, if it's really wet, I'll roll it in a paper towel like this and just leave it to dry. And then they're ready to go. Do not be concerned if it sheds some of the bristles. It just happens, right? But it is perfect. I'm ready. Simon, I'm going to come visit you. And I'm joking, though. I'm not going roller skating. I'm an old lady. Simon, I might break something. Okay, here we go. This one is Tangent, what Vicki often goes off on. If you're new here, don't be scared. It's all for a purpose or for the greater good, right? So let's load our brush. Let's see what Tangent looks like. Through this, ooh, yes, friend, I love it. Okay, so I'm not doing a great job cleaning the stencil, so there it could be picking up some of the other colors, but I don't think so. Love it. So there is Tangent, just with your stencil brush, right? Here is Tangent. Hi, Scrappy Guy, how are you? Roller skating is a great, yes, well, you need to understand, okay, I am of a certain age, and I might have just turned another year older yesterday. But the whole thing is for years, I was too cool to get on roller skates. When we used to go to the roller alley, because it was a thing, because I am an old lady. But I'd be scared now that I'd fall down. I don't think I could skate to Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train anymore. And I certainly, if we were skating to a slow song, I could not skate backwards. We'd have to hold hands and skate just like friends, because I could not do any of the things, right? I've been told to tell my husband Randy, when you start singing, he's here for it. I tell you, right? I remember, and anybody go to the roller alley? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, did you go, what was your roller alley called? And if you were preteen in the 80s, you were at the roller alley. You're so young. Oh my gosh, I love it, Simon. I love Tangent. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'd be afraid to try now, but there's two brothers, I think they're brothers or cousins, that freaking roller skate like nobody's business. They dance skate. And I want to be able to do that. That and beatbox. So, love this. And I think we're channeling the 80s with our neon, because I was wearing this, Simon. I was wearing it on my Wham! Relax. Oh, that was Frankie Goes to Hollywood. But Wake Me Up Before You Go sweatshirt. Picture it, Simon. I would wear my hair in a side ponytail. And I would have my tank top on with my Wake Me Up Before You Go sweatshirt in neon with lots of rubber friendship bracelets, right? In my parachute pants, and my sweatshirt would have a big wide neck so it would hang off one shoulder. Oh, yes, I did, Simon Hurley. Can you believe it? I was like 80s Barbie. I was doing I was a style icon at the roller alley, but too cool. I only stood at the side. I wouldn't put the skates on. I just stood at the side or danced in the middle when you could go into the middle of our roller alley to dance, because I was just too cool for that. We want pictures. Oh, I need to find them. There's got to be some good ones, man. But I did. Or I remember a little bit later than this. So Janet Jackson came out with her Control album. Does anybody remember when Janet came out with Control? And Janet wore hoop earrings with one key on the earring. And I was like, we were very much into videos back then, right? Do you remember pop-up videos and all that? So I went and took a key off my dad's keychain. I have no clue what the key was for, but Vicki didn't care. It was for fashion. And then I wore that in a giant hoop earring and then a stud in the other earring, in the other ear, because I was like totally going to do all of that. Yes, I did. Anything for fashion. I loved it. Okay, let's go to this one. I love this. Hot Mess. That's the other thing Vicki is. I think Simon named these after me. She goes off on a tangent and she's often a hot mess. Were you thinking about me, Simon? Janet is still amazing. She's going to be in concert. She's going to be here. Look at that deliciousness. I would eat that on a cookie, but not this on a cookie. I would eat icing that looked like this on a cookie. Your dad is probably still looking for that key. Yes. You know what, Angie? It's probably for my inheritance, right? It's like the Goonies. It's like the key to get into where all the money is stored. And he forgot that he had it. So look at all for fashion. And now I could be a millionaire. I could have been hanging out with Paris Hilton at the roller alley. Okay, let's take a look. I love this Hot Mess Express. I love it. So that is just through a stencil. Lovely hot mess. Now let's look through a stencil and with texture. This was a good stencil for this too, because it is very small, stable, controlled areas on this stencil. So that means when you go through and pull a wet medium, it's not going to push underneath the stencil. So I feel like you're set up for success when you have a nice tight pattern like this. Like if you had stripes on this, really easy to push the medium under, and then you'll be like, I told you I'm not good at mixed media. And I'd say it's not you, it's the tool. I love this. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. This is another favorite. Love it. Hot Mess. Hot Mess Express. Let's clean that up. Let's do the next. We have 3 more to test, and then we're going to get into doing our business. Okay? Doing our business. So, cleaning up. I can do a deeper clean later with the stencils. I'll tell you, just those colors we did together, oh, but that's another day because you got to keep showing up. This will not be the only time I will use these. This is just our intro day. So we're going to do something fun, relax, because you had a busy week and you just want to make something fun or hang out with your glass of wine or your cup of tea and do the things. Sheila, he forgot he had money too. That's when my mom shows up. But do you remember? Okay, my mother's here. She can tell you, did I love fashion, Mom? Did I wear all of the things? Oh my goodness, friends. I loved Cyndi Lauper. And in Girls Just Want to Have Fun, she had these heart glasses, heart sunglasses. I went everywhere looking and found and wore heart sunglasses like Cyndi Lauper. I dressed just like Madonna and like a virgin. I wore the scarf that I stole because, right, the ladies used to put it over the rollers. You know what I'm talking about? I wore it neon too, Simon. I wore the netting that your grandmother or great-grandmother used to put her rollers in when she went to bed at night. And they would put this netting scarf to keep the rollers and the hair in. But we wore those as headbands. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Those like neon scarves that you tied like Madonna, right? Vicki made me wear neon and we rocked it. I love it. I'm waiting if somebody remembers doing that. Or when Olivia Newton-John in the Physical video, let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. She wore a braided headband with pearls in it. And Vicki wore that braided headband that you either wore on your head or you wore it around your neck like a necklace. I was doing it all, telling ya. Anybody remember any of that stuff? Seriously, it was the best. Taking my grandma's little neon netting headbands. But this is where this comes from, Simon. We lived it, right? We lived this. We lived neon if you were a child of the 80s. My daughter just walked in and said, Vicki's singing 100%. I still love neon. Like, bring it all back. The 80s, man, we were fashion icons. Okay, next color. Are we ready for it? Let's go to this purple one. Oh, I love it. This one is called Mood Ring. Simon, I wore a mood ring. And guess what color it always was? Black. Just like my soul. My mood ring would put it on and it'd be a pretty green or purple. And then whatever is wrong with me, I don't even know where to start. My mood ring was always black. Is there anybody out there whose mood ring was always black? But it was a lie. It did not match my mood. But my mood ring was always black. You can use a heat tool, but be sure to keep it moving around because it will make bubbles. Yeah. And I always suggest with the wet mediums is let them set up so the skim layer is on top. I don't go in with my heat tool right away. I let it start to set and then cheat. And I'll often heat from the bottom so you don't get those bubbles. I had a, oh yes, Mood Ring nail polish. Who wore the lipstick? My lips didn't turn black like my soul. Just my mood ring. We had mood changing lipstick too. I had that. It was green in the tube. Who remembers that? Must have been faulty. I had mood nail polish. Mine was always black, and I don't know why. Seriously. Oh, we called it neon. Remember the bike shorts in neon? 100%. And I had a belt that kind of crisscrossed like this. I had a neon belt, and it was really thick, but you wore it on your hips. And I would wear that with a big oversized t-shirt with my neon bike shorts. And then probably socks that had a ruffle on it. And then purple tennis shoes. Yeah, I love it. I was rocking all of it in my little town in Canada. I should have lived in LA or something. I would just have been crazy out there. Bubble skirts. I did. I wore bubble skirts. Are you surprised? I 100% wore bubble skirts. I wore acid wash skirts, layered lace skirts. And polka dots were a huge thing. And I wore polka dot everything. They called me the polka dot princess. I don't think the girl who started it was in a nice way. She didn't like me. Because the boy she liked me. So she called me the polka dot princess. And I took it as a compliment. Because who doesn't want to be a polka dot princess? So it didn't bother me any. So here we go. Oh, I almost cheated. So this one is Mood Ring. Mood Ring. Love it. Look how pretty that is. Okay, let's do it in 2 layers. Vicki tried to cheat. Were you going to stop me? It's before your time. I know, I'm an old lady, Marnie. You're totally rubbing it in, right? You need an 80s collection ASAP. It would be the best 80s collection because I lived it, right? I lived it. We would need to have some kind of icon or charm that was a telephone, the kind that went on the wall with the longest cord you ever did see, because we pulled that into our bedrooms so we could talk on the phone while I was trying to record everything on my double cassette player boombox. Is when Casey Kasem came on, or what was the other one? Rick D's Top 40. I had to be able to record the song, right? Where you did the record and pause while I was talking to my friends on the phone. Yeah, 100%. Stretch that all the way into my room. When you got your own phone, man, and your own TV, that was a big stinking deal. And it was a black and white television. But that was before all of that. But it would have been, I think, that would be 70s because I am an old lady. I swear we are twins. Totally, right? Couldn't miss recording the song. No, you had to press the... And then you were really mad if they started talking before the end of it, right? It would have been like... what songs? The ones I remember recording were the ones you'd listen to when you'd go to bed at night and then you'd think about the boy you really liked. So I remember, what would it be? I'm trying to think. It was a band my parents would have liked, but they came back again. You know, our love was meant to be the kind of love to last forever. Who is that? And I want you here with me. I can't remember. Not Air Supply. I loved Air Supply, but it wasn't. Like Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. So that's what my parents would have listened to. Chicago. Thank you very much. It's Chicago. But you know what that song is. It was them. I would have been recording an REO Speedwagon. That's the songs that would have been on my mixtape. I mean, you're laughing because you know you did all those things, right? Jesse's Girl, 100%. Or when Freeze Frame came out, I remember when that Jay Giles album came out, man, I went to my friend Heather's because she had it. And we had a sleepover so we could listen to Freeze Frame from Jay Giles' band. I love it. Okay, look at that, friends. Mood ring. I'm working while I talk, so I'm working while I talk. We have 2 more left to go, and we're going to get into our background and our layout. I started singing Saturday in the Park, and I just started singing with you. I love it. You remember, right? But my parents were more. Is that not correct, Mom? Like, I think Chicago had a whole kind of, like, resurgence in the 80s. REO Speedwagon. And what song would have been out at the same time as that Chicago song? We have to look which one. It was a slow jam. And I loved it. And I had those 2. And then it would have been around the same time on that mixed album that I saved all my money for. Would have also been Herbie Hancock. Would have been on there. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. That was Herbie Hancock, I think, right? And She Blinded Me with Science. That would have been another one right there. She blinded me with science. She blinded me with science. Take on the Run. Gina, 100%, right? It was on this mixed album that I loved. It was that and the Chicago song. Herbie Hancock. You know what else? Oh, not Island, whatever. I can picture him. Billy Ocean. What song did he sing that would have come out at the right same time? I'm loving this walk down memory lane. Seriously, it was the best of times. Thomas Dolby, She Blinded Me with Science. I'm telling you, that was on my album. I did not like that song, just so you know. Tony K, mine too. Huey Lewis for sure. Yeah, we loved Huey Lewis. Did anybody like come home from school and watch like videos? Caribbean Queen, yeah. Caribbean Queen. Yeah, Hot in the City. Is that the Billy Idol one are we talking about? Because you know I just went to see him. I just went to see Billy Idol. It was awesome. Sorry, Simon. I hope you know some of this music from like your grandma or something, because I don't even know if your mom would know any of this stuff. So you're going to have to find it though. But you know where you would find a lot of this music? Would be on that Netflix show where there's the underworld or the down under. Because I laugh when Devin goes, oh my goodness, there's this new song I absolutely love. And it was Kate Bush. And I'm like, oh yes, it's brand new. That's a brand new one, that Kate Bush song. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Any of your kids? listen to that Kate Bush song, right? I lived through the 80s, through Stranger Things. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. 100%, right? Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that... See, I don't remember. But Devin is like, this new song, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I love it, and I love it for all those 80s artists that hopefully get some kind of royalties for those songs, right? Bumping on my speakers last year, 100%. I love it. I got to watch the videos when I would babysit. Didn't have MTV at my house. Yeah. Ice Ice Baby. Yep. And I saw you guys talking about Tony Basil, Mickey. I had that 45. So here's a funny Vicki story. So we, in gym class, we had to do a floor routine because Simon, they used to make us do full on. I wish my friend Patty was here because she went to the same high school as I did. We had to do full on gymnastics, like uneven bars, the pommel horse thing, the balance beam. And I'm going to tell you something, Simon, that was not my jam. So one of the things we did have to do was a floor routine, and I picked that song, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, hey, Mickey. So I had that 45. Oh, Simon, I love this song. This one is called No Chill. No Chill. Love it. This is beautiful. Of course, it's going to be my favorite. Yeah, we had to do all kinds of like freaking gymnastics. Like that was not my jam. I had to get on the uneven bars and spin around and think you're going to die. And I fell off the balance beam and cracked my head. Oh my goodness. Simon, we had to do trampoline. And it was a mixed phys ed class. Let me just say, Simon, that is still traumatizing as a girl, having to jump up and down on a trampoline while the boys were watching. Seriously. And I think any of my friends out there that had to do that, no bueno, Simon. That was no bueno. Look at this one, friends. No Chill. What a gorgeous color. Gorgeous color. I love it. Let's see what it looks like, right? The Safety Dance is probably my fave 80s song. And it's a Canadian band, isn't it? Do, 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 do. Right? And see, I'm going to do the popcorn song instead. Because we used to have to do in Canada was something called the Health Hustle. And you have to look it up. The Health Hustle. And we used to have to do it to the popcorn song. Do 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 do. And then Bad Leroy Brown. Anybody remember out there? Any of my Canadian friends remember the Health Hustle? But yeah, Safety Dance. S S S S A A A A F F F F E E E E T T T T Y Y Y Y Safety Dance. Do 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 do. Right? Anyone else play with parachutes in gym class? Yes, where y'all ran underneath them. Totally remember that. Oh, I love this color, Simon. This is like really gorgeous. Like really gorgeous, friends. I don't think this is even going to show up how awesome it is. Simon, does it almost have a little metallic in it? The No Chill is like kind of extra special. Like it's extra. It's trying to be a lot of things and I'm really loving it. I'm using that because I was at my friend's house and that's what her son said. We brought him home some chips and he goes, I'm not sure. They're trying to be a lot of things. There's a little mica in it, right? I can see it, Simon. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this one. This one, again, is No Chill. So let me show you this with texture and it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous color. Just no music? Why no music? I love that. So this one is called No Chill. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Pretty for snowflakes. Yep, 100%. Love it. I think it would be pretty for everything. It's my favorite. We wore the white high top Reebok sneakers with the scrunchy socks. 100%. Loved it. Did you roll the cuff of your pants? Like you tucked it and then you rolled it? Did anybody put safety pins in their pants? I love it. No chill. No sleep till Brooklyn. It's very beautiful. We'll do more with this because you know I'm going to want to do a whole more fluid effects with these. So we'll turn that into its own video. Okay, we'll do a Friday night where we just use these. We'll do where we would mist the stencil and do some stencil stamping too. So we will do a whole second version of this. I love it. 4 and 5-year-olds are like herding cats. Yeah. Yeah, but we had music. We still did it. Do you think it's different nowadays? I always wonder if like now with kids with having everything on an on-off switch, if they're harder. Is Irene here, Mom? Irene! Irene Lindbergh! Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. We are so happy you're here. Everybody give a big shout out to Irene. She has been an avid follower and supporter of the VBoo community for the longest time. And we need to send her some of that love right back tenfold. Tenfold, Irene. Okay, so last but certainly not oh my goodness, I just forgot. Last but certainly not least is Dart Frog. Dart Frog. So Simon named this off of those poisonous ones that they put the poison on the dart. Didn't you, Simon? Is that what Dart Frog is? They're the most beautiful frogs, but they're deadly. Don't lick them. Don't lick those frogs. And don't lick this paste either. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Oh, it's going to be good. We're going to do some fun things. I have to watch because some of your comments, because you're not watching live, right? Always look at the video and just see if that red little light is on. If you're watching live, because sometimes your questions might be coming in way later because you're watching a little delayed. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm not seeing it. You'll notice later that I might read it out loud and you're like, oh, I was not watching this in real time. Look how pretty that is, friends. Dart Frog. And now let's do it. Oops. Look what I just did. I made a mess right in front of your eyes. So if you are not familiar with my friend Simon Hurley, he makes some beautiful cards. And so he does a lot of, what is that called, Simon? ASAMSRPQLT. So I love watching them where you can hear like the things all making the noise. I'm old. I don't understand. So, but I know he's a master of that. Help me. What is that called? Thank you. ASMR. What's it stand for? Auto something mister. There are no messes in crafting, just opportunities for embellishment. 100%, my friend. I find that all the fun comes from all of this stuff because this can just be, if you're having a rough day and you don't feel like pulling out all your supplies, you do a little mixed media. You don't have to have a purpose for any of this stuff. It could just be literally for good mental health lift, right? I don't understand can't even say it. ASMR. Can someone explain? I guess it's something people really like to listen to. That does it help them mentally? Like, what is the whole purpose of? Explain to the old people, Simon. What is the attraction for that? There, look at that Dart Frog. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. So we're waiting. ASMRP. It's just supposed to be relaxing. I'm old, Simon. I'm old because I don't know. For me, I'm like, it's like listening to people chew. I listen to it. I do the things because I'm supposed to like that. But for me, it's like chewing. What is EDM? That's something else, right? Autonomous sensory meridian response. Look at you, Tracy. Wow. So I'll have to look at the science behind that, right? I would like to understand the science. So people who are more extroverted don't get it, supposedly, but others get a tingly relaxation. I get it and I love it. I love that, Alyssa. So obviously, I probably fall into the little bit more extroverted. But I would like to research because I'm not knocking it. I just didn't get it. And I love you saying that. That it's supposed to, EDM is electric dance music. I love that. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. I love that though. I'm going to have to do some research on that. I listen to fall asleep okay, Simon, what kind of ASMR do you listen to fall asleep? What is that? Like wood music? Sound of the wind or rain? It's not people chewing, right? You don't fall asleep to that, right, Simon? I'm not the only weirdo, right? You're an extrovert. I don't know. I think I am. Like people cleaning stuff. Oh, okay. I'm old, man. I just need to understand more of the stuff going on in the world around me. Don't knock it till you try it. But Simon, that would be pleasurable for me. Somebody other than myself cleaning things. I might fall asleep to that. And cooking. Other people cooking and doing laundry. That probably would be really relaxing if it meant I didn't have to do it. Simon's voice is relaxing. I agree. I love the kid. I'm telling you, it is a true, this isn't pretend. I love this kid. I'm glad he's really here. It's like a physical feeling across my head, so relaxing. I need to do some research, right? I need to do some research. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Jill, are you still here? Was that good? So you got to see what each of the colors were? I need to do some research on that because I do not get a tingly feeling. So now I feel like I'm missing out. Only because I'm an extrovert, I don't get to experience it. Wow. I am definitely left in the dust with that because it's one of those things. I know people love it. Media is cooking, like chopping and scraping and pouring. I see that for a lot of the stuff I see on social media when they're cooking, like you can hear the package open, the milk pour, that kind of jam, right? I love it. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so see, now I'm done using this for a minute. I'm going to now decide when we start doing our layout and layering stencils, what colors I want to use. So the question was, how do you clean these brushes? This is exactly what I do. I just take it. I do not submerge them in water because you will have a lot of bristle loss. And the other thing is you need to clean it right away. If you let these mediums dry on it, you're not getting it off unless you find some kind of brush cleaner, and you're probably going to damage the brush before you ever get it clean. So this is what I do. And then when no pigment is coming off of it, I would pretend this is a clean, it's dry, so it's fine. Just so my bristles go back to nice and tight, I take it and I roll it like this, and then just set it aside to dry. And then when I'm ready to use it, I pull that off, and my brush might be a little stained, but it's perfect, right? Some people get it from whispers, calm voices, stuff like that. I had a teacher that had a good ASMR voice in second grade, gave me the tingles. Didn't know what it was then, though. I love that. Alyssa, I don't think I have that voice. I don't think I have that voice. I think I'm too loud. I'll have to work on that, right? How I can be like After Dark with Vicki. But to your point, Simon is a lot more, oh, he's a lot more than that, right? I love the guy. I'm telling you, I actually send him messages to ask him how to be better at what I do. Because I feel like I am very much believe this, that I like this for you guys, this community that we build, but also as creatives. I feel like I gravitate towards certain people, love what they do, and anything I could share with Simon, I would 100% share, because he is the real deal, genuine, nice kid, hard worker, right? Really great. So 100% agree with you, Scrappy Guy. He's way more than all of that. That he was so young when he started this and was just so freaking good at it is in its own just an amazing thing. Yeah, love the guy. Glad he's here hanging out with us tonight. So what I was saying is Simon makes beautiful cards, great products with Ranger. And who else do you work with, Simon? Stampers Anonymous? Do you work with your stamps through that, or just Ranger? Sizzix, I think. You do some stuff with Sizzix too. Spellbinders, I apologize. Let me roll that back. Simon does some beautiful stuff with Spellbinders, which is one of my favorite companies for dies. Really, they're OG, right? OG, love it. So let's take a look. So this one, which is, remember, no chill, I absolutely love it, has a little mica in it. So I can see a tiny little sparkle. Love it. That's no chill. And this is it with texture, which will take a second to dry. But look at that. Can you see that? Beautiful. No chill. We have Mood Ring. They make dies. Yes, they do. Amazing company. So this is Mood Ring. It's a beautiful purple. Love it. And some of these, like this one, is almost dry already. So dries pretty quick. Still with lots of texture. It's not super chunky, which is great if you don't like to have like a lot of chunk. This is a beautiful texture paste. So let's look at this one. Is Tangent. Absolutely gorgeous. Tangent. I'm going to have to change the name of this video and say that it was Simon Hurley Texture Paste, right? Because it was kind of a last minute thing that I'm like, ooh, I'm going to add that in there too. And this one here is Voltage. It is more of a cool yellow. It has a more of a green tinge to it. Absolutely love it. Voltage. And then you have Yellow Jacket. Hello, Mari. How are you? Did you have a good time in Kitchener? Your classes look like they were lots of fun. Yellow Jacket. Love it. It is a more of a warm yellow. A little bit more orangey tinge to it. Absolutely love that. And did we do this one? Last but not least, Dart Frog. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Okay, so let's make a background and decide what we're going to use with my other favorite Ranger male artist, Mr. Tim Holtz. Oh, I didn't show this one, did I? And this one is Hot Mess. It's a great thing to end on because Vicki is a hot mess. Proudly. Proudly. I'm a little on the crazy side, right? You do have to try Erica. And did you see? I just gave you the get out of jail free card. Get a stencil brush and use it more like an ink. It's a great way to get comfortable and confident. The other thing is your stencil matters. Use a stable stencil, meaning that it's not easy to push it underneath the stencil because the design is simple and stable. It doesn't move around when you use your palette knife. The other thing, stand often when you're using your palette knife and only pull the paste in one direction. Don't push it up and down, because that's a little easier to put it underneath your stencil. And some people will use, I just forgot what it's called, pixie spray, so that your stencil will stick a little bit to the background. I have it. I don't tend to use it, but also I do this all the time. So, right? Sometimes what I would find helpful, or the way I do things, is only for years of doing mixed media. Like, it's my jam. I've been doing it before I even knew what mixed media was. Didn't even know what that meant. The other thing I've been doing forever and didn't know that it was a thing is paper piecing. When somebody said to me, I won a contest years ago, and they're like, "Oh, you love paper piecing?" And I said, "Yes, very much." And I had no clue what they were talking about. I'm like, I don't know what paper piecing means, but I did it. I just didn't know it was a thing, right? So I grabbed some stencils. When I'm layering stencils, I want to pick things that have different scale and pattern. So if I'm going to layer pattern, I'm always going to have a larger pattern, a medium pattern, and a smaller pattern. The one I'm going to usually use last is a smaller pattern. The one I usually use first is a larger pattern. Not always, but I'd say for the most part, it's kind of how I roll. So I mixed them up, so I don't know exactly what was in each set, but these were the 3 stencils in each pack. So 6 stencils. Let's grab the package. Because if you're out in the wild and you see these, that's one of the things I have to say. My stencils through American Crafts are inexpensive, and you get 3 patterns in every pack. It's a good deal. It is a good deal. I'm grabbing what I have here. Let's see. Doop, doop. Okay. It's going to be a late one. You know how I roll. We'll see you later, Simon. Yes, he lives in oh my goodness, I just forgot, Arizona. So different time zone, right, Sarah? Simon, it's almost bedtime here. So I'm going to be here for a while. But this is the one set. It's called Tranquil. And it has the floral, the circles, and the little X's, which I don't even know if I have here. Oh, it is right there. This is the other thing we're going to be working with, because we haven't done much with this, with the dies. So that's going to be coming up. And then the other one is called Art Layers. Art Layers. And it comes with the kind of paint swatches, the art marks, and the little dash lines. So I pulled both of those sets. This was just showing the texture paste, the blue azure. We haven't used that very much either. We have so many things to do. Wendy, you messaged me or texted me too, I think right before I went live. I haven't read it yet, so I'm not ignoring you. I just saw it right before I went live. So my thought was that what I think it would be fun. What if we went in and did some navy flowers on here, and then we can add a little bit of some texture paste, the neon lunar paste, to the center of the flowers, and then we can put some details with our smaller stencils. Now I think he's in Arizona, isn't he? Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he was in Arizona because I thought he was close to where scrapbook.com is. But it wouldn't be the first time I was wrong if I was wrong. But I always thought Simon was in Arizona. I am going to go in with navy because I think that my neons will really pop on this. So I'm going to use prize ribbon. I'm going to go in with my ink blending tool. And then I'm going to add, he lives in Wisconsin. Oh my goodness. I've always thought Simon lived in Arizona. So when I'm in Wisconsin, Simon, which will be for She Loves Color, are you close? Can we get together? That would be a lot of fun. Hi, Pamela. just joining, hope you had a wonderful 29th birthday. We never age after 29. I love that. I did. Thank you very much, my friend. So I'm going to go in here with prize ribbon. That's going to be my first layer. And I'm going to build just kind of a sweeping pattern. That's what my plan is for tonight, okay? I'm going to do a sweeping pattern. But it doesn't mean I'm going to do the entire flower on everything, right? Some of them will be whole flowers. Some might be part flowers. Let's get some pigment down. This ink needs to be re-inked because it was one of the class ones that I had used. So it's a little on the dry side, but my re-inker did just arrive with my class kit stuff for my friends that are joining me in Greece for the mixed media class. I'm going to do this, and then we can reposition the stencil after to add some of the Lunar paste. She loves color. You'll be there. I love it. Tim lives in Arizona. I knew that. But for some reason, I thought Simon did too. I did. I thought Simon was in Arizona as well. Look how pretty. So I hope Simon is close to where we are in Wisconsin, because that would be fun. Gina K, I hope she's close to there. I would love to see Gina too. And then of course all of you guys that are going to be, who's going to be at She Loves Color. I saw a newsletter went out today. So that's fun. It's getting closer. I'm not rushing it though, because I still have 10 million other things to do first, but I'm very excited about that. Well, and I think we're close to Milwaukee for that one, right? Because I know she's taught there. Let's hope I didn't just make a mess, but we can fix it. Okay, so there. Right? And it's okay that as the pattern moves, right? So let's do that half flower, and we'll do a couple off the page as well. Do you have this stencil set, friends? Hello, Rebecca. How are you, friend? Rebecca was in Texas with us. She was in Spokane as well. I've got to see lots of Rebecca, and she was on the cruise. Absolutely adore you guys. Okay, here we go. Let's do that. One more up here. And then we are going to go in and add some pattern to the centers of these with the texture paste. With the neon Lunar paste. Should I do it in one color? So I'm not concerned about the extra little bits that showed up here. I might do one more flower just randomly here, because I'm also going to layer some of the other patterns with different colors. So actually I'm going to do all the centers in one color, and then I'm going to highlight. So you could mask if you wanted this to be perfect and you didn't want those extra little dots, but we're going to be covering it with another stencil. So it's going to be fun, right? Yessie here as well. Hello, Yessie. Look how pretty. So see, I'm not concerned about these because I'm going to layer stencils. So I'm going to put some stuff on top. But the one thing we're going to do now is pick one of the, I'm going to wipe my desk off. We're going to clean that stencil, and I'm going to go through the center of the stencil to add some of the neon. I think it'll be really pretty. Lunch is ready. Enjoy your lunch. Thanks for joining me. You know, we had a little side thing going on tonight because I decided to show my friends exactly what those colors look like of the neon lunar paste. So I did a quick little, what do you call it? I just forgot. Swatch. We swatched them, right? So we're starting a little late tonight because I wanted you guys to see how these turned out. So now we'll lay the stencil down again. And let's decide, what do you think? I think I would like to put Hot Mess in the centers. So I think I'm going to go with this. I think that would be very pretty in the middle of these flowers. So let's give it a try. What do we got to lose, right? It's only a piece of paper in our time. So my goal is going to be just to put a little in the center of these. And then we'll layer another color. We'll layer some more stencils on here, okay? Hi, Dora. How are you? I love it. So many friends are here tonight. Absolutely love it. Okay, and now by putting it on with a stencil brush, it's going to be almost immediately dry. I think that'll be pretty. I really think that these two colors will work really nice for with the center of the flower. So I'm going to take it, load my stencil brush, and it's pretty thick. So a lot of pigment's going to go on these, but I'm going for it. Ooh. Now, so we're going to see something that's happening. It's not only going to be the center, we're just going to go with it. So, things that can happen. The Distress ink is water soluble. Texture paste is wet. So I'm going to take some of that off. Also, I'm picking up my blue. So I'm going to reload my brush, but I'm just going to go with it. Things that you could do too is if you had two stencil brushes, you could totally go in and soften that. But let's go. I'm going to keep it contained. So I knew that, see, you got to just give her. I can't mess around. Just going to go in here and make some of these like almost tie-dye flowers instead. Because what happens, oh, it's going to be really pretty though. We're going to do two different things here. So this is going to be, I'm going to put a third color on all of these. Clean your brush because you're picking up the Distress ink. And you don't want to deposit the blue. You want more of a true pink on there. So let's just go in here. And we're going to kind of give her. Let's load this. And then I'm going to go in with a blending tool and some of the neon paste and see what happens when we put a third color in the middle of them. You could dab it, but it's not the technique I'm going for, right? I want to see what happens. The other thing you could do too is let the ink dry more. If I would have heat set it and then went in, I wouldn't have reactivated it as quickly. So I load my brush. I don't want this to be so wet, so I'm going to take it, load it, and I'm going to take some of the wet medium off. Okay? And then let's see what happens. Oh, I love that. So we don't get the same effect. Ready? Look how pretty that is, though. So we just go with it, because that's what Friday nights are about. Practice and play, see what we get. Sometimes we're not going to get exactly what we thought we were going to get. If I would have went through this more like a texture paste, right, instead of a blended paste, I would have got probably a little bit more neon. But that doesn't mean we're not done yet. We're going to keep playing here a little bit. Okay. I'm liking it though, embracing the kind of tie-dye vibe. So position your stencil again. Boop, boop. There we go. So see, a lot of it went purple because what ends up happening is you're reconstituting the ink, and pink and blue is going to make purple. So if I wanted to, there's things we could do. You could let this, put the texture paste on first, let it dry. The lunar paste on first, let it dry, put the ink on top of it, and then you could probably buff the center off. And I would say, I feel, let's see, when one of these dries, that normally your texture paste will resist distress ink. But that's a whole different Friday Night Live. We're not going to even look at that yet. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to put texture paste on some of these. But before I do that, I'm going to layer some other stencils. So clean your stencil brush, because we're not using this for a minute. Because we're going to go in now with our ink blending tool and layer some other patterns. But I don't want this to gunk up my stencil brush. So just get the pigment off of it. Clean up your palette knife. Keep all your tools nice. I know that I am not your normal mixed media artist, because most of them don't clean their stencils and stuff, but I am crazy and that bothers me, so I just clean this stuff up. Hello Melody, how are you? So what are we going to do next? We're going to go in with another stencil. And do you want me to use ink, or do you want me to use more of the neon paste? Like, I feel like I want them to sing, so I don't want to go too crazy with some of it, but I do feel like we could go in with a smaller stencil pattern now, and we could put some accents of color. Neon paste, I knew you were going to want the neon paste, so let's do it, whatever. You know me, I'm like, sure. I love trying new things. You clean your stencils too. I just like the stuff to last longer, and I like to keep the integrity of the pattern. And if you have a whole bunch of paint or mediums that gunk up the stencil, you lose your crispness of your edges. So that's always been kind of what my thought process was, is that I don't want to lose the integrity of the pattern, so I clean my stencils. Let's go in. So we're going to go back in with some of the centers. Ooh, look it. We could go in with texture. Oh, we're doing it. So this is going to be the last one, and we're going to go back in with the Hot Mess as full texture paste, but what we'll do is mask one circle, and we're going to layer it in some of these. Love it. So that will be our finish to that. So what do we want to fill some of the space in with? We want to go with a smaller pattern. I'm feeling maybe the linear. Look at this. So we can go in, and we're going to do like kind of like a reverse pattern. Add in all of our open spaces a little bit of color, but it is going to get on some of these flowers, okay? But now I want something that's contrasty. So we could do something that is subtle contrast and go in with the turquoise color, which is, this is No Chill, which actually has a little metallic to it. So there's that option. Or we could go in and go all out, fill it in with some neon. Like in our spaces between could be this one is not Yellow Jacket, it is Voltage. So do we want to go all out or do we want subtle? The other thing we could add is the green. The green. Oh, I kind of like in the green, friends. Like keep it just kind of like a little floral party. So what do you think? You think the yellow or the green? Yellow is you. It is, and it's neon. Do we want this to be very neon or do we want a subtle effect? The green. I think the green too. I'm right there with you. Let's try it. So we are going to go in here. Now, I'm going to put this in not as a texture paste. My only texture is going to be the centers when we go in last with this. So right now, do you want me to try this using an ink blending tool? Do you want to see? Because this, I think, will have a little bit more control. Where's my mini ink blending tools, the new ones? Ooh, that would be awesome. I just don't know where I put them. I only bought like 50 of them. You would think one would be handy, right? But I don't think it is. So we use what we've got. And I'm going to use this. I'm not very tidy tonight, am I? Got a mess kind of going on everywhere. So let's go in and we're going to fill in our negative space with a contrasting color. I'm going to try it with the ink blending tool for more control. Okay, for more control. So we are going in with Dart Frog, right? Shoot that poison arrow through your heart. It's Dart Frog. It's poisonous Dart Frog. Oh, that's going to be nice. It's loaded up. Don't want it to be too wet, but I think I'll have a little bit more control now. So get ready for it. Let's see. It's going to be fun. So we're going in, filling this. Are you ready? Look how fun that is. My stencil is dirty. After we just talked about all of that, so it's picking the blue up off the stencil. So let's give that a little clean. Lazy Vicki did not clean her stencil. And I'm like, why is that color changed? It's because it's green and blue, making a whole new color that I did not intend to have on there. So I'm gonna just pounce the blending tool. Love that for application too. If you were wondering, it is a fun way to apply this. This lunar paste. And we're gonna see if we can't add one more pattern on top of this too. Because I think we can. Look at that. So I love that. That's coming after the flowers were put on here. But it is a very fun addition. What do you guys think? Because there's still lots of you here. Are you liking this? Seeing what I'm saying with when you switch up your scale with your stencils, you can do some really fun things. Look at, love it. And if you want to fill in a little bit more, just line up your stencil-ish. You can put a little bit more in there. Put a little down here. And if you add the mini blending tool, you can get really into the little crevices. But it's working out all right. I don't mind this at all. And you're not going to get super, super impactful neon when you're using it as a lighter body medium with your blending tool. Do you notice that? You don't have, it's not going to be super neon-y. Because you know the other thing I like? These pastes I don't find are in your face neon. They're just like a beautiful bright texture paste, unless of course you're using, like this is a full-on in your face neon voltage. It's in your face. So when you're doing this and loading it, you don't want a big gob of the paste when you go in here to add. Okay, you don't want a big gob of it. You just want a little. because if it's too heavy, you'll push it underneath the stencil. So let's go up, let's finish this guy. I'm building from the bottom up, so I'm trying to reposition the stencil. Load up that blending tool. And it doesn't have to go everywhere, right? It's kind of this like bright little garden party. I love it. Love it. I love mixed media. And I do really feel like it's something anybody can do. Anybody can do this. Oh, look at, as it's drying, it's going so vibrant. I am loving it. I do feel like anybody can do this. It's just a piece of paper and your time. Just have to have the patience, right? And you can make really beautiful things. And also give yourself a little bit of a break. Because when you're first learning, there is a little bit of a learning curve to some of this stuff, but it's totally worth it. Okay, let's see. Love it, love it, love it. That kind of little green dash. See how bright that is? And then look at that, the pink on there too, right? The hot mess on top of my distress ink. I'm going to show you something. Get ready for it. So now this is all dry. So let's go back in with the flower stencil and let's see what happens if we want to beef it up a little bit with our, can I go in there again? Oh, it's upside down. I'm like, why is that lining up? There it is. Can we beef up some of the blue again on top of that? I don't know. Let's try. Because it is just a piece of paper and our time. Clean that if you don't want it to be done. You can't leave a wet, heavy body medium on a blending tool and expect to ever use it again if it dries. So, but look, if you clean it, you totally can use it again. But it'll get crusty, right? You'll have some crustiness on there. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Wipe your palette knife so it doesn't dry on there as well. Because if you start to get those kind of rough edges on your palette knife, it's really hard to use it to put paste through a stencil. So I will clean it, and this can always be the little thing that I use with my texture paste, any kind, right? I like this color combo. And now let's see what happens when I switch this back. And if I want to buff up, oops, some of the blue again with prize ribbon, let's see, is this medium going to resist distress ink? It could, because a lot of times it has kind of a glossy finish. So let's see though. We can beef up at least the blue that's already existing. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put that textural layer on top. Oh, I love it. It's kind of really got a tie-dye vibe. But I'm trying to keep it right in. Look. And you don't have to do it to all of them. I'm just going to pick a couple. And then let's go ahead. Just making the edges a little blue. Okay, love it. Let's go in one more thing, and then we're going to do the centers. I'm going to put one more color on, and maybe the, look at the kind of art marks. We can go in with the art marks. So if we're going to have green, we have the centers are going to be pink. Now I can pull out this one that you guys wanted me to use, the No Chill, because I do love that. So let's go in and just do a couple dots. Maybe it's not. It might blend too much. What do you think? What do you think? Because this kind of has that vibe of the blue. Let's go for it. What do we got to lose? Let's go for it. Oh, I think the athlete's home. Hi. Oh, okay. This is very important to Sidecar. Rich wants you guys to see his scrapbooking.
Card making.
He did card making. This is a pre-made American Crafts card. But Rich found stickers. So he put some stickers in here, and look at the whole gang. Oh, I love this. Look at little design on the side. This was my birthday card. And it says, best day ever. Happy birthday. Love all of us. The whole gang. So Rich wanted you to see. Nice job, Sidecar. Hi, athlete. They were very impressed with your handiwork. Thank you very much, honey.
Are you burning it now?
No, I'm not burning it. I love you. I'm glad I came home and that you guys remembered it was my birthday, so I was already winning.
And you got a gift.
I got a gift too. What the heck, right? Athlete and a crafter, they said.
Yeah, figure out that combination.
I love it. So let's go in. This looks dirty, so I'm gonna give it a quick wipe. Because I didn't. Oh, Vicki was a slacker. I thought it was stained. It was not stained. It was not clean. Way to go. They're quite impressed. Oh, he's funny. He's a funny dude. But he just came downstairs. It wasn't to say hi to me. He wanted you guys to see his crafting ability. A gift and a card. Yes, they got me some beautiful bracelets. They're very nice. I'll wear them one night. So now I'm going to go in, and now I can really repair some of that mess I made. So let's see now. So layering with stencils, right? We use the big pattern, we use a filler pattern, and now this is going to be our accent pattern. So when I go in with this pattern, I want still the under or base with the green to show. So don't go crazy with this. This is about the least amount that you're going to use of pattern, okay? Does that make sense? We don't want to cover up all the beautiful work we did, but we're going to add a couple of little turquoisey dots, which this color again is called No Chill. We're going to add some dots in here. You could totally use gold. I just don't want to add more to what's already here, Mitzi. Does that make sense? 100% think gold would be stunning and high contrast, sparkly beautifulness, but I want to stick with just what we have out here. Okay, so I think that's a great option, and if you use it, I'd love to see what it looks like. So now I'm going in, and I'm going to add a couple of little polka dots on top, and we're going to go in first with this as a light medium. We could definitely at the end go back in and add a textural level. Love it. Am I going to put this everywhere? No. I'm just going to pick a couple of sections that this will pop up in, and I'll probably bring it into some of this open area too. So we're just going to add a little bit of pounce and a little bit of a rub. Love it. Look how pretty that is. See it start to come together? There is some metallic in that one. I love it. Put a few here, because then I can cover up my boo-boos where I kind of over inked with the blue. Move that. Eek, it's sticking. Love it. And maybe a little bit right here. And then in some of the open area, I'm going to do it. Okay. And then we will do it a little bit up this page. Sounds like Simon is down here because Rich would let him down here. I can hear little cat paws. But maybe I'm hearing things. Love it. But you guys know if you have little fur babies, they can get into stuff that you don't necessarily want them to get into. Okay, know when to stop. A little bit of a pounce, right? Because when you're doing it, look at, when I was doing it in a circular motion, like I normally would with Distress ink, what was happening, I start to push the medium all into the edge of the stencil. So I'm lifting it instead of depositing it. So that's when you pounce it, you can get more medium onto your page. So that's why the pounce rather than the swirl. Need to do a pounce. So how are we going to finish this now? I want neon pink on here with that hot mess. But how am I going to keep it controlled? Clean your stencils too, right? Heavier body. Clean them while it's wet. Way easier. You don't have to put a ton of elbow grease into it. So there's things we could do. We could punch a little circle out of paper and we could just fill in that. Or this stencil I think could be really cool on top. Look at that. If I layer that and do the texture paste, I'm not going to do it on every single one. I might have to do it in 2 sessions because if it's not dry, guess what? I'm going to lay a wet stencil into it. So if I come in here and I pick that guy, and if I can get my stencil on and do this one, and then maybe this one, and that one here. That's what I'm going to try for, okay? So I'm going to layer this right here. I'm going to load my palette knife and I'm going to work from the top to the bottom. And I'm our tester, right? Less is more. Load your palette knife on the bottom because you got this arm. If you put it on the top, you can't get it off. You don't want a ton of product because then it's just a hot mess, literally, right? So let's go one direction. Now for some of you guys, you might want to mask one single circle, because it's very easy to pull it, and I probably just did it into that other. I was supposed to do that. Do you remember? I forgot. I love it. I love it. So let's see if I can clean that up a little bit without making a big mess. I did. Okay? Look at that. Oh, so pretty. So what I was saying, let's find something. Do this. Don't go in rogue like I just did because you're going to make a mess. It's very easy to get that where you didn't want it to go. So what am I going to do? Clean my stencil up and mask a circle. It totally makes more sense, Vicki. You ding-a-ling. Right? So now go in and mask a circle. I'm going to mask it near the top though, because I'm layering from the top down and I want to be able to get this around the area I'm working on. Okay. So just go in and isolate. That's our word of the day. Isolate one of these patterns. The mint tape is magic. Okay, isolate and then put your piece there. So, oops, not there. Don't do that. Because then you're not also pulling it outside the stencil. Okay, we're having a garden party. That's what I feel like. This is what this looks like to me. A little garden party. Almost an Alice in Wonderland garden party. So do we want to do one here? Or just go here? For sure this one. So let's think here, 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 and here. So what did I just say? Here. I feel like this needs to. Let's see. I might have to place it. And then because you don't want to lay it in your wet medium. Okay. So let's go ahead. Less is more. You can always add, but you can't take away if you make a mess. One Direction. Oh, much easier when you have it masked, because now you can just kind of give her and you're not afraid of making a mess. Okay. Love it. And what did I say? Here, here, and here. Make sure nothing bled through your stencil. It never hurts to just give it a little wipe, because then you're not putting a mess, layering a mess onto your surface, okay? Place it and then don't move it. And do the same thing. Clean it up. We're going to do one here. One Direction, I love them too. We went to see them twice, Devin and I, back in the day when everybody was loving 1D. We loved Niall, but then after the concert, I really loved Harry. He was a lot of fun. Here? Sure. Ah, will I be able to do it? Might have to hold the stencil up so I don't lay it on anything. I just laid it there, I just won't move it, okay? I love it. I might do this one too. Oh my goodness, look at that textural layer, is so much fun, isn't it? Do you guys have this stencil, these stencils? Have you layered the circles on the flowers? Because I think we did it on one of the lives. We've done this before, just not with this product, right? This is our first time using. Oops, let's see. Vicki might have made a mess. We'll see. Just a little one. Oh, I made a big one. But it's okay. We embrace it. Because if I try to wipe that off now, see, we're just going to embrace it. See, Vicki makes mistakes just like everybody else does. And that's when she refers to herself in third person. But there's things we can do. When it dries, we could dilute this and make a watercolor out of it. And then make it look like I meant to do that. See? I smudged it. But we just go with it. Just go with it. Didn't wreck anything. Right? Didn't wreck anything. Do you feel like I need any more? How about this one? Or here? Maybe here. We'll do this one. But clean up the mess I just made. Like it leaked all through the stencil and I didn't know. And I just went like crazy, see? Was too confident. Got overconfident and cocky and I made a mess. Totally okay. But I would like one here, but it's going to be tricky, 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 tricky. I'm going to try. We'll see if I make a total disaster or not. So I got to lean this on something so it doesn't lay on that stencil. Ooh, wish me luck. I'm going in. Making a mess like only Vicki can. I did it. It's not too bad. What you would do in that, oh, I love this color. I love these. So what you would do normally is let them dry and go in and do that after, right? It would work way better if you let it dry and then go in and finish it after. Because what happened, right? I didn't let it dry. I can lay my stencil into wet. But we're going to do a very, let's get all Sarah Miller house right now. And I'm going to make watercolor out of that. And we're going to put some neon drips on here. And that's my final layer. And then we can make something out of this. I don't know if we have time now tonight, because look how late it is. This is typical Vicki. And this is the whole problem with mixed media, because I started having so much fun. And then it turns into a 12-hour project. Right? Doesn't even need photos. Well, I'll tell you something. I'd be doing this in an art journal quite happily without ever putting it in anything, because I really love just making mixed media art. But I know a lot of my viewers and friends on here like to create with purpose, meaning they want to make something and turn it into something. So it ends up being a card, or it goes in your scrapbook, right? But I feel like we've been talking about this for years, that we're going to get to a point where we're totally okay with making art just for the sake of making art. As she said today as we chatted, it'd be a quick one today because I have a lot of work to do. You know me, Natalie. Natalie's making fun because she knows. She's like, you can't do anything fast, Vicki. Especially when I get talking about 80s stuff and having fun. So I'm going to pick up some of this medium. And now let's put some paint splats on it. So you do have to do this layer? Not at all. Keep in mind, you're using a textural paste. You need a lot of water. Otherwise, you're not ever going to get it off your brush. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so thick, it won't come off your brush. So it needs to be like the consistency of a watercolor. So let's test and see if I added enough water. Oh my goodness. Now it is neon, child of the 80s magic. Love it. And then I like that last layer. Just adds a whole, oops, it's spraying it on my face. Spraying it everywhere. Be careful. Be careful. I did, I sprayed it on my face. All over my new shirt. I just put it on for the first time, this t-shirt. It is now a paint shirt. Oh, I love it. Did I say that already 12 times? That I loved it? So then I like to make some of these a little bit bigger. So it's like a paint drip. Just to get a little bit more pigment on the page, I will put some bigger drips. Tap, tap, tap. So let's give this a little heat gun and see if I can get it further along. I did not print a photo yet. So remember this mess I made down here? That's a perfect spot for a paint drip. Question, does your cosmetic watercolor mix with texture paste? Yes, it should. We need to add that to our list of things we're going to do. So I'm going to cheat in here and make it look like I dripped paint. So it's totally okay that I moved it and made a mess, because we meant that to happen. We could actually add a little bit. Oh, don't get crazy now. See? Tell me to rein it in. Rein it in, Vicki. Oh, I love this. This has a total fun, kind of updated 80s vibe, don't you think? And I am totally wearing it. If you see me in the grocery store tomorrow, I'm going to have neon paint all over my face. Let's see how much damage I put on my new shirt. I don't think so much, just in my face. So I'm going to try. We're going to give it a blast with a heat gun. So do you see the magic of texture paste? This is only slightly buckled because it will hold wet medium very nicely. It does have a Lisa Frank vibe, don't you think? I was thinking that, Kristen, sharing a brain. It is Alice in Wonder Flower Garden. Alice in Wonder. Alice in Wonderland Flower Garden. Right? I feel like she ate the mushroom, she shrunk, and now she's in a neon flower garden. So let's heat gun it. And let's try to make a quick page so I'm not disappointing you. So you can stay if you want. Otherwise, you can watch after. Just remember, next Friday is going to be a walkthrough of my brand new collection with American Crafts. As long as lots of stuff is in my box that's supposed to arrive on Monday. I'm going to do unboxing. Do all the social media things. Coming back, just had to give this a wipe. It is a whole weekend of work this weekend. We are kitting kits. I love this. So what do you guys think? Sorry, a hiccup. You watched start to finish. Do you like the result? Do you like the result? I really do. Wasn't sure as I was working on it if I was going to love it or just like it, and I love it. I love that it's a mix of Distress ink. It's using the Neon Lunar paste in a little bit of a different way than maybe you have seen it used. But you know that I'm a medium girl. I love mixed media. I'm cleaning this all up. Let's get the heat gun out. So I'll tell you what I'm going to use for the most part, I feel, is navy. Navy. Like, and all my testers are done. They're dry. So now I also have a whole set of swatches. Whole set of swatches for my new addition to my creative toolbox. And then what's going to be fun is during our mixed media review, I'm going to show you what all of this looks like when we're using the Vicki Boutin neon paste and how they're going to be completely different. The colors are all completely different, like all of them. So when the question was, how does this compare to another medium? It's all different. I love that analogy from Kristen. All different flavors of cookies, right? They're all different. They all do different things. Let's get a heat gun. So remember, this is still kind of acrylic base. So we're going to cheat and just get it to kind of dry. But it's still going to be, it could still bubble. So move your heat gun around. Don't leave it one space. I lost lots of you guys because, again, these videos are long. I know they are. And you can get a little bit of paper buckling, okay? Because when you start to heat it, it can buckle a little bit. But for sure, I want to dry my paint dots. Does everyone out there, is this something that is in your creative toolbox? Do you have a heat gun? My friend Nita is here, and she brought me the most awesomest gift. She got me a Barbie, and it's a Kool-Aid Barbie. Can you believe that? A Kool-Aid Barbie. Oh, such a thoughtful gift. You guys are so good to me. I just love that. Who doesn't love gifts? Not gonna lie, who doesn't love getting a gift? But when it's something that you see out there in the wild and you think about me. So I very much appreciated that. And poor Nita, she gave me the gift. I was teaching a class. I had to turn around and talk to somebody. She waited for me, but then she had to get back to her class, and I didn't even get to give her a proper hug. So I'm heating the back. I like to get underneath the medium. And then my paper doesn't just buckle because the heat source is only coming from the front. Just get some of the moisture out there. We don't have to bake it like it's a cookie. And you know what? This stencil's still available. They are so inexpensive, friends. I don't know if it's up on VickiBoutin.com or not, so I'm going to touch. Ooh, not bad. It's not completely dry, but it's dry enough that I feel like I could put stuff around it and not ruin my page. So now let's decide, what direction do we want this to go in? Ooh, I kind of like it as the hanging garden. This could be like a hanging garden, and then my photos could go in the section. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? So even though I didn't create it with that direction in mind, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I don't even know where my swatches are of my neon texture paste too, to show you the difference. But you're going to find that there's a lot of them. And the other thing that we're going to be using soon is Dina Wakley's neon scribble sticks. Because I got a bunch of those in too, so that I can play with those. So I love neon. I think neon's kind of magic, right? I like this orientation. I agree. So it's not completely dry, right? But you'll see it does not have a lot of volume when it dries, when the moisture leaves. It goes to a rather nice, flatter, raised texture paste. It is not like like when you use, say, my Creative Effects and some of those, it will have like it's more pronounced. This is very subtle and almost a little translucent, right? It's not super opaque. I can still see blue through it. So it is definitely a fun thing to play with. Again, if you said, if I have this one, do I need yours? I'm going to say they do two totally different things, because my texture pastes are matte and they are more opaque, where these ones are have a slight gloss and are slightly translucent. So when we do our next visit of playing with these, I'm going to put the two together and we're going to do a project with them together. There's so much to come. So much to come. Okay, let's trim this. My space is a mess, because if it wasn't, I would pull them out and show you what they look like. But Vicki is not that organized. And I know a lot of you own them already because they were released, I don't know, I think with Sweet Brush. But they are back in with the mixed media stuff at Joann's, at a lot of your favorite scrapbook stores, at VickiBoutin.com. So for sure, we're going to do them together. Hello, Serenity. Good night. We're not doing much more. I'm literally just going to put some mattes right here. And I think navy is what color palette will work really well with this. So let's see what we have in our Vicki Boutin Discover and Create 6x8 paper pad. So navy or blue and black, because I don't think I'd mess around a lot. Let the mixed media that we just created take center stage, right? We'll see you later. I know a lot of you are leaving because it's late, because you've been with me before and you know that I'm crazy. This one for sure. So the back side of the butterflies, look at that. Texture will work really nice. The text print. And then we need a navy. And we'll see if there's one in this pad or if it's just going to be cardstock. But I want to make this work so I don't have to go look for something else. But I don't want it to compete. This could work, couldn't it? Just a little PDA. Look at it. Love it. So, we need, I kind of like some of that negative space, so I think it's going to overlap a little bit of the flower. And we're going to do, I feel like 2 vertical 3x4-ish will be really cute on this. So I don't have a photo yet, but we're going to make it work. So let's do the things. So I'm going to cut this paper as a 4.5. 4.5. because this is where my photos will live. And then this one is going to just layer a little bit on the side. Wisconsin. Thank you, Simon. Why? And Simon, how many times have I said it that I thought you lived? For some reason, I thought you were close to scrapbook.com. But I know Tim lives there. It was never that I was mixing the two up. But for some reason, I thought you lived in, always have. So this one I'm going to cut at about 3 inches, just for a little pattern. Like this. Like that. And then there will be some kind of little border piece that goes on the bottom. Love that! And then we can have some title business going on over here. You've taken a lot of trips, Sarah. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm glad I know. So, Simon, are you close to Milwaukee? Like when I'm at She Loves Color, do you live close to that? Is it possible we could meet up? Or are you nowhere near there? Okay, let's look for some foam dots. Because you know it's Vicki's favorite. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm there. When am I there? Anybody going to She Loves Color? I think I'm there in October. We need to make that happen, Simon Hurley. I would love that. So I just like to pop up the top. I love this so much, friends. I can't even tell you already. So picture it. There's going to be 2 vertical, or you could put a 4x6, right? If you like bigger photos. Now let's find, I want a title that goes right along here. Let's look. What do I have? Because I'm just using what I got. I'm just using what I got. So whatever is here, I'm going to find something that'll work. I've done this before, but I'm going to use it again because I think that it works. I'm going to use this Happiest. Look at. And it actually is kind of perfection. So this Happiest vellum. Look at. Love it. Doing it because I can. So I like to take my vellum and I'm going to staple it as long as I can get it in here. And I think I have staples in here. Hey, I'm doing it a little backwards. Simon, this paste, No Chill, with the metallic, the mica in it is kind of freaking awesome. So let me tell you that one has a whole added awesomeness to it. Okay, Happiest. When I'm scrapbooking with my friends. Okay, stop. I got to stop trying to cheat because I'm going to make a mess. I should have done it first before I laid it down. So we're going to lift it off and we're going to do it again. Okay, because I can't. I'm going to wreck it. Happiest on Friday nights. Just doing my thing. And without worrying if it's going to work out again or not. Because guess what? Even if it doesn't work out exactly how I intended it to, it's not to say that it's not going to be all kinds of awesome, right? Look at that. Love it. So Happiest Mindset. Could that be? Happiest Mindset. Happiest. Happiest. I could put Happiest Mindset. I could do whatever I want. It's my page, right? But look at, I want a subtitle. Happiest Mindset. And sometimes we have to work on having the happiest mindset. It's not easy some days, is it? Some days it's really hard to have a happy mindset. We have to really choose to go, okay, Today could go one of two ways. It could be a good day or it could be a really rough day. I'm going to put in a mood, or big feelings could work. But I'm going to put this right here, in a mood. And then I could find any photos to go on that. Pulling the neutrals, because you're not really maybe going to have everything that's going to go with all of this neon business, right? But look at, do I need anything else on here? I'm going to put a border right here on the bottom of the page. 2 photos, and we're going to find something to embellish the center of these flowers, because I need a textural layer. But I feel like this layout, that's all we needed. Look how quick that was. And you do not have to use my paper. You can find something, but you don't need to over embellish. When we do mixed media, we just did all of that beautiful work. Why would you want to cover it? So the only thing I want to find is textural bits to go into at least the raised ones. So let's see what we have. But I love it. The other thing you could do, like, look at, I have my sequin mix. Couldn't some of these be pretty floating up? Like, they could be accents in this part. Oh, let's just bejewel this sucker. Let's do it. I'm feeling it. Yay! I don't have to look far. I have my gold dots. Remember, I'll fill every freaking section of our... Here's your gold. Who asked for gold earlier? Are you still here? There's our gold. I will fill every section of your thickers. You always get your value, because I am first and foremost a maker. So even though there's product that I get to play part in designing, I also use it. So I am very conscious of your crafting dollars. I want to make sure that you find that there is value in the things that you purchase. But oh my goodness, look at that. Those gold dots are perfection. And now we're going to finish it with some sequins, because I can, because it's my page. Right? Because I can. It was you, Mitzi. Yes, look at, there's our gold. There is our gold. Guess where there's some gold here. So now we should, in essence, I think it would be kind of awesome too if you put a little bit of gold here. Because then, right, we create like that little visual triangle. But it still could work just literally from here. We don't have to put anything there. But look at, got a paper clip with some metallic on it. Right? Oh, look at that. There we go. Little paper clip. Love it. Love it. So just pick out, ooh, a little bit. We're not going to go crazy. I just want a little textural layer. Okay. So let's pick them up. I'm going to go in, what do we think, with a blue? Do you guys have these things? I don't know how to use some of this stuff. I know it's what it's meant for, quick stick, but I don't know how to use some of it. I just fake it. So we could put some of these ones on here. I kind of like it. Or do we want just blue? Like, just keep it. Because now we're pulling that lovely metallic from Simon's Colors in here. So I'm just going to put a couple of the blue ones, I think. Just bling it up a little bit. Just bling it up a little bit. Like I said, I'm new. I don't know how to do some of this stuff. I just have the tools. Anybody else like that? Do you have the tools and you're like, I think this is what you're supposed to use them for, but I don't really know because I'm new. But I do want a little bit, just a couple little blings. Thanks for sticking around. There's still lots of you here. Even though this is a 12-hour Friday Night Live. We were talking about some marketing stuff today, and that's what I was saying. And they're like, do you ever pull content from your lives? I'm like, you'd think I should, because I just spent all this time, right, Simon? I should pull the content from my 12-hour lives. and reuse it. Look at how pretty. Just a few. And I'm going to put a couple right here. One or two here, and then maybe a couple right here. I love it too, Cherie. And I love that a lot of you guys I've got to meet in person. So it makes it actually extra special when we're sitting here chatting. And it's like you live in Australia and we can't just meet up for coffee on a Saturday, but we can sit and craft. And then I was talking, is Michelle still here? Michelle was here earlier and she messaged me, but I was in Texas, so I have not been able to get back to her about looking at me coming back again. So if you guys had fun on our crafting cruise, that we're going to look at possibly another one. I would really like to do something Polynesian. I don't know. Is that something doable, friends? I want to go I don't know. Where would you guys want to go if we were going on a cruise in Australia, New Zealand area? Where are some of the places we could go? Because remember, Vicki didn't even know where we were the last time because geography isn't my forte. And then see if we can do a land class, because if I'm going to come that far, we're going to do all the things. But it was a blast. I had the absolute best time. Oh my goodness, I love this layout so much, I can't even tell you. I can't even believe we got here. I can't even believe this is where we ended up with this page, Simon. Look it's a Vicki, Tim, and Simon party right here, man. We're roller skating around. And I didn't even fall down once. Well, maybe a little bit. We are doing the crazy train right here. You just ordered Rachel's sequin mix. I love it. I have a few left that I have to put up on my website. But there's a lot of things that have to go on my website. The t-shirts, the pins. So much product, it's not even, right? Cook's Islands or Rarotonga or Vanuatu. Didn't we do Vanuatu? Have I been to Vanuatu? Or is that where there was like a cyclone and craziness was happening? I don't think I made it to Vanuatu. Can't we do Polynesian things? Like, is that a thing? I don't care, really. It's all about the company for me, so I don't really even care where we go. T-shirts, we have them. We have t-shirts, we have pins, we have bags, we have aprons. I just have to get my act together. It's very hard for me to do all the things, remember, as one Vicki. So they're there. They're coming. For anybody going to Greece with me, you guys are, the t-shirt offer was up there. Cruise 2 didn't get to Vanuatu, so I didn't make that up, right? That was supposed to happen. But I want to meet you guys again. Would you do another 2 classes again, but in Sydney? I don't know, maybe. I know that people wanted it all over the place, right? So I don't know what is a more central area. I don't know the things. I'm open to anything that would make you guys happy. Bali is, yeah, that would be fun. But I don't know. Remember, Vicki doesn't know geography, so I don't want to look like a dum-dum. So I really don't have a clue what's close to there. I know Fiji is close-ish because I went there. But we're looking at the things because I had so much fun. I want to come back. And I didn't get eaten by a crocodile. Or is it? Yeah, crocodile's there, right? A crocodile or a snake. A kangaroo did not try to drown me because I watched that where kangaroos, you don't follow them in the water because they'll drown you. I didn't get eaten by a spider. I would love to cruise with you, though. I can only go in our school holidays due to work. I know, right? That's tough, Cherie. So if we still did something there, that there's a weekend, right? Western Canada would love to have you come to Banff. I'm going to do all the things. There's new cruises coming. So I just have to sign the contract, which I'm going to work on tomorrow, friends. But you know what's coming is July of 2025. There is going to be a cruise to Norway and the fjords. So if it's something you've been super interested in doing, they tell me it's like it's right up there with Alaska. It's awesome. So it's coming. It's coming. Yes, we want you to come back. I had so much fun, right? I have to do some stuff in Canada. You know where I want to go? And that's what Irene is saying. I want to go to Nova Scotia. So I need to talk to my friends Kelly and her husband Mike so that we can do an event in Nova Scotia. It's totally worth coming to. For anybody out there in the US that's looking for something fun, we can go eat lobster together. But I'm going to totally I want to do Nova Scotia again. So I just have to work it out with my friend Kelly. Just moved her store and it's beautiful. And I think it would be very fun. So I could see a whole bunch of my friends that I haven't seen for a long time from out east. And then anybody else wants to come and do it, I think it would be fun. I wanted to visit Niagara Falls one day. So we'll have to plan that when you have an event. Well, I'm working on the Vicki Boutin event. I just got to, like I said, one Vicki. I have to hire some staff so that we can do the thing. So what do you think, friends? So I'm going to put 2 photos on this. And I'm going to find something about happiest mindset in a mood. And just, you could journal a little on here. You know, it's an afterthought for me. So I would just put some journal strips right here. Or you could put a tag behind it for hidden journaling. But to get a closer look, I'm going to flip the camera, so I'll pull the camera closer here so you guys can see it, okay? But thanks for sticking around. If you came back or watched after the fact, very excited to have you here. But let's do a close-up of this. What do we think? Can you guys see it? Is it focused enough? Let's hold that up. So that is it's a party with Distress ink and my friend Simon's lovely neon lunar paste and Vicki Boutin stencils. And the stencils were a combination of Discover and Create. So even though, like, look, I made some boo-boos on here. There's some blobs. But it still turned out just fine because it's mixed media. And it's a piece of paper in our time. We're totally okay if it's not perfect. The plus is in the learning. So, oh, and look at, oops, the embellishments on there. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand and then fix the camera thing so I can turn it around and look. I love it. I didn't even know this is where we were going to go with it today, but you know what? Boop. I think the end result was really pretty. Sweater's off. It's too hot. Who was I kidding that I could be down here in a sweater? So, like I said, absolutely love, like, look at that. Look at that. You guys can make this. It's not hard. And you could use any flower stencil. I think this one's just nice because of all the open area. But I absolutely love this. So, the description in this video said layering stencils, but I did not talk about lunar paste. So I will change the description and add that in. I'll put some links up, but I absolutely love that. I think the color palette's fun. It's neon, but it's not like in your face neon. It is like, I don't know, a garden party, but in Alice in Wonderlandville. So I love that. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of stuff. It's coming up. Next Friday is going to be the walkthrough of, hopefully, fingers crossed, as long as I have the papers and everything in the box, because I don't know what's going to be in there, the walkthrough of my new collection that I have not released yet, but it is called, are you ready? I just forgot. Vicky's so tired. Bold and Bright. That's what it's called. bold and bright. So hope you can join me on Friday. We're going to do a giveaway. You know I will do a giveaway. And the calendar will be up tomorrow at some point. I will post it on all my socials and probably send out a newsletter for my plans for International Scrapbooking Day, which is May the 4th. So I'm going to be doing 3 separate sessions pretty much all day long. I'm planning to go from like 10 to 1, so 3 hours of mixed media, and then a 2-hour session doing the next layer, and then we're going to wrap it up doing layouts and creating stuff from our art. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you as always for joining me. Thank you, my friend Simon Hurley, for creating an amazing product with my friends at Ranger in this. I love the Lunar Paste, and now the neon Lunar Paste. The neon Lunar Paste are so much fun. We're going to be making some more. That was just like a drop in the bucket, but we're going to fill that bucket with lots of creative fun. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oops.